Hello everyone, welcome back for lesson 7. We're on our phase 5 sounds. So to start the lesson, we're going to go back through yesterday's activity and check that you got all of those okay. So the first picture, well, she looks like a queen, but if we look down the list of words here, hopefully you got the right word here. We needed was royal. She's part of the royal family. Okay, and then the picture here, we're looking at for the other way that we use the oi sound, the other spelling, O and an I, soil. And then here we've got a toy. There we go. And here, this is a boy. Can you see how they've come at the end of the word there? And then lastly, a picture of a toilet. And so the oi sound we need in the middle there is the O and the I. Well done if you got on with those okay. Right, so to start us off, as always, we're going to be looking at our flashcards and going through those phase 3 and phase 5 words, sounds that we've learned so far and keeping up that good practice. So I'll show them onto the screen after a few seconds. I'll say the sound. Qu, sh, ch, or th, ng, a, e, I, o, oi, oo or ow, air, ear, or, your, a, ow, I, e, oi, Okay, hopefully you got all of those before I have the chance to say the sound. Right, now we're going to go through a bit quicker. I'm not going to say the sound. You do your best at having a go. Qu. I said I wasn't going to say the sound. Get on. Hopefully you were super quick, getting quicker and quicker all the time. Well done. So we're going to have a little look at the sound that we're going to focus on today. Our next phase 5 sound. It's going to be the sound. Can you say it too? Now we've looked at a few different ways to do before, haven't we? And you might remember this sound in phase 3. Let me stop sharing the screen so you can see that better. Okay, that one often comes at the end of a word. It's a tricky one because a lot of the sounds are used at the end of words, so it's a tricky rule to follow. We also looked at this one. So there we have 2 different ways already of doing the sound that we've looked at in phase 3. But today we're going to focus on another one. This is all about just learning our spellings, because there's not a hard and fast rule to follow to decide which of those sounds you're going to use, but we'll become familiar with lots of the words that we use them in. So this sound, as we saw on the flashcard, we're using an I and an R. Okay, so you have a go at writing it as well. We have the I first, and then the R. Have a go at writing that maybe 2 or 3 times to really get that into our memory. Give that a good practice. Well done. Okay. Can you think of any words that you can see around you, or words that you already know that might use the sound? So this is a good way for us to pick out different words and just have a think about which way they are written as well. What sort of words might we see around us with that sound in? And we can check then, can't we, maybe with an adult, whether it is this sound or whether we need to spell it in a different way using another digraph. So have a think about any words that you know already. We're going to have a look at some flashcards. Okay, so we're going to look at some other words here that have the sound in. So, girl, sir, like sir or madam. Bird, shirt, skirt, birth, third, like if you're not first or second, you're third. And then first, you might be lucky enough to come first in a race. And then a bit of a longer, oh, we've got 2 stuck together there, a bit of a longer one here that we can chunk up. So let's just split that in half. Teen, 13, like the number 13 written as a word. That's a long one there, isn't it? And then another quite long one here. Let's chunk this one up as well. So you can see we've got 2 digraphs here. Just like in 13. We've looked at this before, haven't we? When we see a Y at the end of a word, we don't usually use the Y sound. It makes an E sound. Thirsty. Okay, so we've seen a lot of words there. Some have the sound at the end. A lot of them do have the sound that we're looking at today in the middle of the word, don't they? And they often follow the consonants as well. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 consonants to start the words. So I'm going to mix them up a little bit, show them to the screen. You can pause the video as you go along for each word if you wish. Have a go at reading it, and then I'll give you a few seconds before I say it out loud. First, sir, girl, third, birth, skirt, shirt, thirsty, bird, longer one again. You got it? 13. 13. Well done. Got some tricky words there, some quite long ones. Okay, let's look at our next activity. So we've got some more real and nonsense words here to work through. So we can, as always, add the sound buttons visually, or you can take your time, write them out, add the sound buttons to check that you can read it by segmenting the word, and then decide if they are real and need to go in the treasure box, or they're nonsense words and they need to go in the rubbish bin. So you can pause the video so that you can take as much time as you need, and then we'll go through each of those words together. Okay, so let's have a look at this one up here first. Twert. No, that's a nonsense word, isn't it? Hopefully you got that one. And then this one over here, girl. Yeah, we know that one's a real word. This one here, skirt. Yeah, if you're a girl, you might wear a skirt. And over here, vertine. No, that doesn't sound right, does it? That's a nonsense word. And this one here in the middle, plurth. No, that's not even a very easy word to say, is it? And I've not heard of that one. Let's put that in the rubbish bin. Let's try this long one over here. 13. Hopefully, if you were trying to work that one out, you chunked it up, and that's a real word, isn't it? 13. This one here, birth. Yeah, that's a real word as well. And then if you can follow the pattern that there's often the same number of real words as nonsense words, you've probably got this one. Skirl. You've probably recognised that that's a nonsense word. Well done if you got all of those ones. So as we can see there, a lot of those, it's not always the case because we have seen some exceptions, but a lot of those words, in fact all of the words we've got here, have this sound with the I and the R in the middle of a word. Okay, it doesn't start the word, it doesn't end the word, it's in the middle of the word. Okay, so that helps us just to try and think about how we're going to use that when we come to writing any of those words that we might need to use. Okay, now we're going to have a go at some sentences. So we're going to have a look at this one first. So I can leave it on the screen. Just pause the video as you need. We'll go through that one together, and then you're going to have a go at doing the next one on your own as well. Okay, I think we had one similar to this yesterday, but this time we're introducing a new word with the sound. So can, girl, oi, annoy, boy. Can a girl annoy a boy? Yes, we definitely can annoy the boys, can't we, girls? Right, this one, a bit longer. We've got quite a few words that are using the sound. You can pause the video here to do just as I did there. Put your sound buttons on, either just visualising them, or you can copy the sentence down to do that on a piece of paper and then have a go at reading it to yourself. Okay, so starting the same again. Can. All three words starting the same. Girl. Can a girl put on skirt at that twirls. Can a girl put on a skirt that twirls? Yes, they definitely can, and they're the best type of skirts, aren't they, girls? Right, we're going to have a try at writing some of the words here that we've looked at today. So I'm going to leave the sentences there because the words that I'm going to pick and ask you to write down are in those sentences, but then I'm going to cover them over so that you can't cheat. You can always cheat because you can rewind it, but I need you to pause the video, not look, and have a go at writing those words by sounding them out to yourself. So the first word I'd like you to try is the word girl. See if you can spot it there in the sentence. That will give you a little hint. Girl. Okay, if I cover it over, you say it with me, girl. So think about all those sounds you can hear. Girl. Okay, pause the video to have a go at writing that word. Okay, well done. So I can circle that here for you now. I'm going to choose a different colour. There it is, the word girl. Hopefully you got that. You always use the sound buttons if you need to double check that you've got all those sounds in there correctly. And you can test it then, can't you, by pressing on them, making sure you've got the right sounds in the right order. Okay, ready for the next one? I'd like you to have a go at writing skirt. Can you see it there in the sentence? Skirt. Okay, covering it over. Skirt. Say it back before you have a go at writing it. Skirt. Okay, and here it is in our sentence, skirt. Well done if you got that. And then we're going to try one more, and the word is twirl. So you can hopefully see that there in the sentence. Have a quick check. Twirl. Cover that over. Say it with me, twirls. You can write twirl or twirls. Off you go. Okay, and hopefully you've spotted that here anyway, and you've got it. I go at writing without looking. Twirls. Well done. Okay, so to leave you with this activity then, to practice your sound, we've got lots of words up on the screen. You can pause the video to have a go at this here. What you need to do is, again, visually use your sound buttons or write the words down on a piece of paper to check. That will help you to sound them out and to read them. And then you can give it a tick if you think it's a real word and a cross for a nonsense word. And we can go through those together tomorrow. Then for some more practice, again, log on to Phonics Play and you can have a game of Picnic on Pluto and choosing whether the word that you've shown with the sound in is a real word, it goes to Bob. If it's a nonsense word, it goes to Ob. So it'll give you lots of practice of reading different words with that sound in that we've looked at today. Okay, so good luck with that. And we look forward to seeing your work on Class Dojo. Well done for today's work.